You know what time it is. Yeah, it's the Juggernaut, Mitch. Hitting you with the head crush. Pimp smacking folks left to right. Alex Lexus, the man, the myth, the Juggernaut. Hitting you with a new show. We are back. Um, Now that my schedule has changed, the Thursday podcast will return. Um, it'll be every other Thursday, but like I actually want to do more activity during the week, so we're gonna get that all squared away. But I am joined by Shinwar, who's going to kind of, he and I have a debate going on with the Dragon Ball Super movie news that popped up recently. So that's kind of like giving you the framework. A big shout out to Biff, aka Camaro. I was trying to call her. I know it was a last minute thing, but shout out, mad love to you. You know we love you, Biff. So I'm gonna get this intro started. Let's rock and roll. We are the New Gaming Order, brought to you by Fullscreen.net. They're our partners. Make sure you check him out. Check him out. Tell them Alex Lexus sent you. Let's open the reactor. Turn the lights on. Intro created by Michael Hurdle of michaelhurdle.com. Make sure you check him out for your graphic design needs. And cut this off. Who is this? Hello? Who this? Well, all right, you know what? Let me get. I did a little bit of the intro. So, with that being said, New Gaming Order, we got Mr. Freaking Out over here. Huh? So, Shinwar, what you been up to? What you been playing since the last time?
I've been playing nothing.
Yeah, all right. he been playing all them PlayStation games. Oh.
Wow.
But you know what? Yes, now that my schedule has changed, things are going to be a little more frequent. However, I did want Shinwar to tell us what he's been doing since the last time we did an anime podcast. And he's just going to be quiet. Wow. That's terrible. He's just like, I had that Booker T face. Come on.
I've been gaming, working.
You've been flaming. What? Wow. Flaming Ultra Instinct. What? No comment. So hot it went silver white. Wow. No comment. But in any case, news has dropped about details pertaining to the Dragon Ball Super movie, which is slated for December 14th.
The stupid movie.
I'm just all right. You know what? I'm gonna let Shinwar say his piece, and I'm gonna have
nope. I got nothing to say. Go ahead.
What do you mean I have nothing to say? This was your idea.
No, it was your idea.
Oh crap! You know what? Wow. All right. Biff is on another project. Okay. Well, that's cool. We'll make sure that we do the other one with her. But here's my thing: New Gaming Order audience, Geeking Out audience, and the Thumb Thrasher Gaming. Apparently, what you're seeing here, the GIF in the background, that is confirmed to be the rebooted Broly. I'm gonna start putting that in the background too. Wow, I feel like Akira Toriyama hit us with the Shinsuke Nakamura low blow to AJ Styles and zoomed in on his face as he did it.
Wow.
Now, here's my take on it. I wish it was a new Saiyan. I as much as I'm a fan of Broly, I don't know. I just feel like I feel let down. I don't know if they got stuck in a creative wall or so, but it's like a lot of regurgitation is happening because look, they brought Frieza back. Now you're getting like Broly. I wish that it was something new. Now, I don't know how to feel. It's like it's cool that we're getting new content, a new movie, and all that, but I feel that they went to the old bag of tricks instead of going to the creative well and trying to do something. I honestly thought that it might have been a saying from one of the other universes when Android 17 wished all the deleted universes back. You know, but I don't know. I wish and don't. I'm not a Debbie Downer, New Gaming Order, and geeking out audience. I'm just saying there should have been something new. You know, Shinwar, what are your thoughts?
I think everybody was side blinded. Blindsided.
What?
Blindsided? What the heck?
Butt sided.
I think everybody was blindsided by the information. Definitely came out of left field. But do you have Toriyama's letter?
If you send me the link, I'll put it in the background for the folks to see.
Yeah, so pretty much Toriyama himself, Sensei Toriyama, wrote that.
Sensei?
He said yeah, they call him Sensei Toriyama.
Wow.
Sensei Toriyama wrote a letter basically stating that he went back and watched the old Broly movies. And if people don't know, he did design the character originally, but it was, I forgot the guy's name, that pretty much gave Broly the backstory and everything behind it.
Oh,
So
I
it's
thought
still-
I thought it was the other person that created Broly. Well, you can clear that up for me.
He had, like Toriyama will do like designs for characters. It may not have been final, but he still came up with the concept. But the other person came up with the backstory and everything. And so what Toriyama wanted to do was pretty much do like a reboot to inject him into the super story. Now, from the poster, he has a scar on his face, and everybody says he looks like Yamcha.
You said that. You said that.
He does. No, the interweb said that, and it's true. It looks like Yamcha. So we don't know the full story, but Toriyama is giving more life into Broly instead of being just that mindless brute. Kill.
What's wrong with that?
No, yeah. I think, no. In Dragon Ball, you want to have characterization. Like, why is this person fighting?
Well, they have some create, depth to them.
Yeah, if you look at that poster, it's obviously the Dragon Ball Super Broly, but who's on that poster?
Vegeta, Frieza.
Who else? Is Frieza on that poster? Frieza's not on that poster.
Oh well, he's on. I guess this is fan made that I found.
Oh my god!
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I sent you from yesterday. The one with Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, and then there's the spaceship in the background. Those are three key characters. We know Frieza is going to play a part in this.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the other rumors and theories later, but I am excited for this. But you are right, though. When they showed that initial test animation, when Goku was getting ready for the fight on the ice glacier, that Saiyan, look, that person, we knew it was a Saiyan, and we thought it was a brand new character.
You say he was a Wayne. Like Marlin?
Yeah. Broly Wayne. So, yeah, there you go. It happened to be Broly. But I think he's gonna, you know what? I want them to retain the classic look, but we never saw Broly with the Saiyan armor on before. And I think that is dope. That should be dope.
So,
with Broly having the Saiyan armor on.
Yeah.
And he had his tail. In that test animation, he had a tail too.
So I think he's gonna fall into kind of like the Raditz, Nappa, Bardock. Like he kind of has that kind of look to him so far.
Yeah, but he's the legendary Super Saiyan now. But I want to see how that's gonna play because Goku already fought Kale.
Well, this is true. But in Ultra Instinct, though, or Omen.
Even before that, even with Blue, though, like even in his other Super Saiyan levels, what I'm trying to say is that he should be able, if in the movie Broly goes to the legendary form, Goku should be able to recognize that power signature. But there was nobody in Universe 7 with that kind of power. In the anime. In the anime. I'm not even talking about the movies though, but in the anime.
So Shinwar, if you look at the stream, I actually have the OK Player website, And Akira Toriyama announces new Dragon Ball movie 2018. And then I'm looking for.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, trying to get the one with the note from Toriyama. Can you send it? Yeah, can you send it?
I messaged it to you yesterday.
On Facebook? Okay. Yeah.
It's right. Yeah, I'm looking right at it.
Yeah,
Just scroll up a little bit. It's
yeah,
right
I think. I see. I don't know how to feel about this because it's not a bad thing, but it's more or less. But they could have went with something else, man. Like or I don't know, man. Maybe it's me just being too hard on creators because again, I'm not an animator. I'm not a story writer for these folks, but I know what I want to see, and I was hoping to see something brand new that would have been like, okay, this, you know, because you know what the problem is? Putting this type of Broly in there is like you're always gonna measure him against the old Broly. And it's just inherent. Like there's no way around that. So if they had
Toriyama had none of those old movies neither. So yeah. I mean, I hear you, but hey, he's in. There's no doubt about it now that he is in the main canon continuity now.
Yeah, but that's just. I think it should have been like another saying. I'm sorry because now. You know, all the arguments that people are going to have where like, okay, Broly canon or Broly non-canon. This and that is going to turn into a whole... Yeah, like all this did was it's going to stir up trouble. And you're going to see all these videos of all breakdowns and this and that, blah, 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 like geekdom and all this. Like, I just wish... Everything was convoluted to begin with. And now... Now, you know what? Somebody said on Event Hubs, or it wasn't Event Hubs. Oh, one of the Twitter feeds saying that, oh, well, if they're going to bring back Broly, bring back Gogeta. Now, were there rumors pertaining to this?
I was actually talking about that earlier.
Shut up.
So, the rumor is, as of later this year, outside of the Dragon Ball Super movie, they're re-releasing three of the old Dragon Ball movies, Bardock, Broly, and Fusion Reborn. Mm-hmm. So, interesting, people have started pointing out, well, why those three films? So, one, lo and behold, we got Broly coming back for the Dragon Ball Super movie. So, people started pinpointing, saying, well, okay, Bardock, and obviously this is a story about the Saiyans or whatever in the new Dragon Ball movie. So, they pinpointed Broly, obviously he's back, confirmed, Bardock, and people were saying, what if Gogeta makes a return? Now, if you look at that poster, once again, do you see the official poster?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so you got Goku and Vegeta, and it was it in the letter? Where is it? Yes, in the letter it says, naturally, you'll get to see fierce combat, but also the paths of destiny that lead to an encounter between Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. It also involves the Frieza Force and the history of the Saiyans, which ends up having a major connection to everything. The story content turns out to be a very large scale and dramatic. So I want to pinpoint, Toriyama specifically said a destiny, let me just go back to it. It said, where is it? Oh, the paths of destiny that lead to an encounter between Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. He specifically named those three Saiyans. Mm-hmm. Goku, and we all know what happened. Goku, barely beat Broly. But I think this time, what we said, if they work together, and I think he did mean as in working in tandem, and they kind of did that during the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, but Frieza and Goku actually did it better. I'm just saying.
Well, what if Toriyama surprises everybody and brings Gogeta into the main story? I think the internet would break. That's my favorite fusion character. I like Vegito, but it's something about Gogeta.
Gogeta was dope, bro. I'm sorry, Gogeta was dope. Like I don't know, it's not. I'm not anti-Vegito, but like everybody knows, like if you really look, Vegito is Vegeta dominant and Gogeta is Goku dominant. But even still, like whoever whichever fusion you like most. Something about that Gogeta, like there was mystery behind it. You only saw him once in the movie.
Yeah, the Fusion Reborn. That's
Yeah,
it.
and his base form was Super Saiyan. Then in GT, like the fusion level
GT.
4, like but
Yeah.
it was just something majestic about Gogeta, and if like what Lisa's giving the premonition or the omen that if they fought as one, they can become like the unstoppable or the ultimate warrior. Imagine that it would take that to defeat this new Broly. I'm just.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Broly. We also, I wonder if they're gonna mention Yamoshi, the first Super Saiyan God. Yeah, so I don't know if they're gonna touch on that. They may, but it's something is going to happen where Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. Who knows? The Universe 6 characters may be in it. Who knows? We don't know.
Now here's my thing: the Bardock stories, they're not canon, correct?
The movie, yes.
The movie is canon or not canon?
No, I'm saying no, it's not canon. But here's the opportunity, and I think what Toriyama is doing outside of Dragon Ball Heroes, he's putting certain and they're all like legacy characters that we're familiar with. It's not like there are going to be brand new characters, but for like major characters, Broly's back, and hey, you never know, they may bring in Bardock. Well, or it may be a flashback. There may be a flashback. You know what I mean?
But wait. When Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta, wasn't Bardock in the actual anime? And he was getting like disintegrated when we thought he was dead originally?
In the anime or the movie?
The anime, not the movie.
I don't remember, actually.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to look up, because I thought Bardock was in one of those episodes, or you see him getting killed. And then they retconned it and had him go back in time or whatever, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I remember in the movie lore. But here's my thing. Why make movies and not connect them to the actual timeline?
Well, what they did was, with those movies, because they weren't Toriyama, they would do, like, they would say, oh, this took place in between the downtime during the Cell Saga.
Like so why make it non-canon? Like, that kind of stuff is stupid, you know.
I think with people and I guess the production staff or whatever, if Toriyama hand did not create characters, or his hand was not in it, it's not considered canon. I think that's what my reasoning is.
That's dumb.
I mean, it could fit. You know what?
The Bardock, at least the Bardock story, because if Bardock shows up in this, that would be really cool. You know?
I think, honestly, I feel like Bardock will show up in a flashback, but I think what they need to do to even give Goku more characterization, have him somehow talk to Bardock.
Yeah.
Have a conversation or something. Have, like, I don't know, time travel? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that would be great.
But, you know what? In Xenoverse, he's the masked Saiyan, right? So
like Dragon Hero stuff. Yeah, he's a masked Saiyan.
All right, so it's like it's still open ended. If Toriyama wanted to make Bardock canon, I think this would be the time to do it.
He's dead though. He's been dead for a long time.
Shut up.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing: if he learned that time travel trick, who's to say that he couldn't show up somewhere? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's where they. I don't know, man. I'm a little confused. I'm buzzed right now because it's just the shock of it. It's like now I'm more intrigued to see it, but it's like I was hoping that like I was gonna get a surprise, but it's Broly. Like really? So basically, all those movies kind of get like crapped on. Even though, the first Broly, what? How you figure?
I mean, they're their own thing, just like GT. There's some people that like GT. It's its own thing.
Well, GT, you can still consider it like after effect of Trunks' time travel, and it made that universe. And GT picks up like an echo or alternate timeline type thing.
I can say the same thing for the movie, and I think that's a nice way to kind of do it. To say, hey, you know, these, I mean, if you really wanted to get real technical, you could say this is all Trunks' fault for creating all these timelines. You could say that if
You
you
know
wanted
what?
to, if they wanted to get technical.
Trunks is the son of a Vegeta. What?
Uh,
Wow, he did it. He did it. But he had noble intent. You know, he didn't know he was gonna cause all these echo timelines or parallel universes. But I mean,
but I think it's one of those things where, I mean, obviously they brought Frieza back, which me originally I wasn't a fan of. I mean, I think even still now I'm like,
but you have to admit, you have to admit his performance at the end of the Tournament of Power. If they didn't bring Frieza back, you wouldn't have had that hype moment when you had people in Mexico chanting Frieza's name. That was
Goku
dope.
And Vegeta to be in that.
But bro, you have to admit, Frieza did his Azuna drop off of Goku's thing. Yo, they caught that. You have to admit that was one of the most epic fights ever.
Thing, though, like, the problem with Dragon Ball, in a sense, where it is outside of the Dragon Balls and even Whis' thing, and even what's her name?
Dragon's Balls. What?
The witch, Bobby. What's her name? Bobbity? Not Bobbity.
The Mitch.
The witch, bringing people back to life. The problem is Dragon Ball, when they defeat an enemy, they're dead. That's it. When Goku, whatever, let's say Majin Buu, Kid Buu, that's it. Kid Buu's done. Well, I don't want to see him again. He's done.
He got reincarnated into Oob, though.
Right, but what I'm saying is, even in Cooler died. He came back as Metal Cooler. After Metal Cooler, that was it. He's done.
Yeah.
And so, like, Broly had 3 movies, but I think with Toriyama, I think his intent was, hey, once these characters are done, they're done. Like, even Vegeta, he was supposed to die.
He dies. But the fans, the fans want him.
The fans' backlash is like, hey, these characters are popular. I mean, Frieza was dead for how long? And then he came back. Nobody ever thought about that. It was so popular, they made a movie.
Yeah.
So now Broly's back. So my whole thing is, I don't want I don't want Cell back. I really don't. And if he comes back, I want Gohan to be able to beat him as an adult. If he comes back.
Well, I think he probably can now. I'm pretty sure he can. But you know what? Cell doesn't have a connection with the Saiyans like Frieza does. There's long-stemmed, deep-rooted hatred and history, and then to see them, put their differences aside to take out Jiren. Oh my gosh! Mm-hmm. Wow. I'm still buzzing off of that episode, man. Like I watched it at my cousin's house. Shout out to Gokin86. Oh, by the way, a quick announcement. There's gonna be a local Friday night fights at my cousin's house next Friday. New Gaming Order, Geeking Out, and folks who are close are invited to come. Yeah, so he has a nice setup. So I'll probably have like a camera and streaming stuff. So we're gonna have some fun with it. So stay tuned for details. But as far as that, man, I don't know. I was used to the Broly that just he has a history in the movie verse. Like I don't know. I got used to it, and now I'm playing him in Xenoverse. Oh no, in Fighters, I'm gonna be like, well, this is not gonna be the Broly that it's gonna be something completely different. You know what? With that, closing remarks. What are your expectations of this news, and what do you see is slowly leaking? Because I think that it's not clickbait, but it's just to get people talking, right? So I mean, like, I don't know. I think this is gonna be polarizing. Yeah, I don't think people know how to react. They're kind of like me. It's like really? Like, well, okay, it's cool Broly's coming, but couldn't they have gone further and did something?
I mean, people are hyped. People are going with the whole canon Broly versus old school Broly. But hey, I want to see what Toriyama does with this. I'm excited for the movie, and I'm calling it now, and I think I called it before. Just watch. This is going to turn into probably the opening for the new Dragon Ball Super.
Maybe the retelling?
Yeah, do a retelling of it. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, and the cool thing, I actually didn't watch the first Saga of Super for a long time because I'm like, well, I saw it already in the movie. But when
Well,
you go and watch the anime versus the movie, they're different interpretations. Like, for instance, Shinwar and I were talking where the transformation or the ritual for Super Saiyan God Red, Goku was better in the movie than it was in the anime.
yeah.
But the fights in the anime, I feel more dramatic than the movie. While the movie had all the 3D effects going on and all that extra stuff, you know. So, different interpretations, different depictions of such. But you know, this should be interesting. You know, so that's all I got. Shinwar, any closing remarks and plugs that you wanna give to
Well,
the audience?
well, that's all.
Alright, so New Gaming Order. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com for the latest and greatest. And I want to thank you all for participating and checking things out. And stay tuned for the first Dragon Ball Heroes reaction show. Saturday, I believe, episode 2 of the prison arc will be showing up. So, make sure you stay tuned and check out. I'm also making a new Instagram for New Gaming Order where I will start putting some information out and jointly giving some info for geeking out and Don't Thrash Your Gaming. So, with that, the man, the myth, the juggernaut, hitting you with the head crush. We out.
Eh.
Wow.